So, hi, I'm Rich Waterman, and welcome to the latest edition of the Think and Get Rich show. Yes, it is as cheesy as it sounds. So, I'm Rich Waterman. I'm a business and personal coach. On this show, I share various thoughts and insights into both mindset, strategy, and also business strategy. But it also is my amazing privilege on these shows to introduce some of my one-to-one clients that I work with, and I only work with amazing people. And I've got a particularly amazing person with me tonight, and that's a lady called Veenu Keller. And I know Veenu through the Tony Robbins environment originally. And I just wanted to introduce her because she does some amazing things in the States to do with teenagers and children and identity, but I'm not going to steal her thunder. I'm going to pass you over to Veenu. I'd love to find out a little bit more, Veenu, for the benefit of the audience of what you do, why you got into it, and the sort of people that you're working with right now.
Well, Rich, it's such an honor, first of all, to call you my mentor, call you my coach. I mean, just in the short time of working with you, we've already made a lot of magic in my life. So just hats off to you for being the amazing coach that you are. So thank you for having me and letting me talk about a little bit about what I do, because what I run into is people are like, oh, I didn't know you did that. I didn't know you did that. So I have basically what I do is I coach. I come into homes and I coach families to turn things around. I called it the in-home turnaround because I come into your home for 4 days and I live with you. Wow. And I have my own program set up for each individual day. And during that time, we dissect the behaviors that are happening between you and your children, you and your spouse, and we open up all the wounds. And by day 4, we have not put Band-Aids over these wounds. We have healed these wounds. And these changes are sustainable. And in order to make sure they're sustainable, I personally coach you and your family for another 3 months to make sure, when life got back to reality and I'm gone, what has happened? What has transpired? What do we need to shift? What strategies aren't working for you anymore? And what strategies do we need to implement to take it to another level? So I do that. I do personal coaching for kids, and people say, well, how young do you coach? I honestly have coached 5-year-olds through Skype. Wow. And people are blown away because they're like, how is she going to do this? I do it. Now, it's definitely not an hour coaching session. I would say probably about 20 to 30 minutes with the child face-to-face on Zoom or Skype. Mm-hmm. And then I talk with the parents because it's really about the parents knowing the strategies to support their children. Right now, Rich, and I'm sure this is all over the world, not just in America, we are dealing with an epidemic of our children finding a safe place to share what is really going on with them, taking off all their masks, and really being able to say, hey, I'm hurting. I'm feeling pain right now. And even at 5-year-old levels, newsflash, people are like, oh, they're 5, what do they know? They know a lot. I just went on a field trip with my twins, 5-year-old twins. And just to sit back and observe the behaviors was like, wow, like these kids are really, when you talk about identity, they are really zooming into like, are they watching? Are they laughing? I'm so embarrassed, because it starts this early. So when I coach kids, I'm coaching them to really understand their identity, to understand why are they having these behaviors they're having? Why are they okay at home, but at school, mom's getting a call every day and they're on the verge of getting expelled in 2nd grade. Yeah. Like this is where I come in. Yeah. When you're at the point where you want to put your child on meds because the teachers are like, oh, they're ADHD. How about we look at what the behavior is saying and why does your child feel the need to keep getting up in class or the need to keep blurting out in class? Absolutely. Yeah. Are they really ADHD? Do we really need to medicate them? Or do we really need to sit here and look at the behavior? Because all behavior speaks to us. And I know you as a coach, we do a lot of lip service, but lip service gets you nowhere. It's what action are you willing to take at this moment to make your life better? To sit down and say, my life sucks, and just keep saying it without action. If you don't want it to suck, do something different.
Absolutely. And it's interesting, I was sat in the car today with my son and we're talking about social media and obviously the power social media has to reach out to other people, but also you've got this tremendous problem with young people and teenagers, and some cases children. We got this sort of comparisonitis going on where everyone's trying to sort of posture and gesture in front of everyone else and showing their little tip of the iceberg, and there's all this other stuff going underneath as well, right?
Yeah, it definitely is. So, and then on top of that, I coach adults too. People think that I'm just dubbed as the child coach, but I am. Don't get me wrong. I love coaching kids because I get them. I come from their mindset, not mine. And I come without judgment. That's huge. But when I coach adults, the adults that I normally coach are also going through an identity shift. Maybe their kids are growing up and moving out, so they have the empty nest syndrome. Maybe they're going through a divorce. Maybe they have decided that, you know what, I'm really not straight. I'm actually gay. Whatever that identity shift is that's coming into your life and you just feel like the world is tumbling down, I help you see what the solution is. We stay more in the solution than the problem. But not only that, I show you beyond that. I show you the possibilities of your life and what it looks like and how to get there. So I've coached celebrities. It's on my website. So if you want names, you can go to my website because there's testimonials there. But that's what I do. So then if we put the coaching personally aside, I also coach from the stage. I go around the world speaking about bullying, self-harm, and suicide. So when we look at why did I get into that and why am I such an advocate for it? Because I was bullied. I was bullied since I was 6 years old, which led me to wanting to take my life since I was 13 years old. I spent 24 years of my life suicidal. And at 15, I actually took actions to take my life. And I ended up in a psychiatric care hospital for 2 months, learning what they call coping skills, which led me to self-harming myself. That was my coping skill. So, I've been there. I know what it feels like to feel depressed and alone and put on the mask that everything is fine and happy. And I understand that to a level only one who has experienced could understand that. I praise all those people that are out there that are advocating for this, but until you've walked through our shoes at such a young age, I've been in abusive relationships where my head's been put through walls, and I blamed myself. I had no self-worth, no self-esteem. I didn't know how to look in the mirror. And by being able to walk through those shoes and come out to who I am today, writing books on self-harm, on bullying, being a coach to so many people all over the world, Australia, London, America, Canada, I've realized that, there's one person who really made an impact in my life, Lauren Slocum Laha. She said to me in 2008, when I was crewing for Tony Robbins, she said, you have to clean up your own backyard before you go clean up somebody else's. And I had to take a look at that. What does that look like? And I'm going to tell you, in 2008, I didn't think about becoming a life coach. A lot of people go to these seminars, they come out saying, I'm healed, I'm a life coach. That's definitely not where I was at. I was still learning to find out, who is Veenu? What is my identity? Do I identify with being a victim of bullying, self-harm, and suicide? Or is my identity a teacher? A teacher to teach the world how to create a new story, how to rewrite their story, and how to live that story. And so I had to shift my own identity before I can go and help other people shift their identity. So honestly, that's how I became a life coach. That's how I became a speaker. And then with my in-home turnaround, I've raised 2 adult boys now by myself. I was a single mom for many years. I have a lot of battle scars being that single mom. And I think it was about 5 years ago when both my boys, like I said, they're adults, told me that no matter what we did for you was never good enough. You could have taken a knife and just stabbed me in the heart and just kept turning it at that point. And I was like, what do you mean I wasn't? What? No, I supported you. Because I was that mom that said, good job, good job, good job. And in the knowledge that I had at that time, I thought that was enough. So I dug deeper. I dug so deep that I opened up my own wounds to find out what would have to happen for my child to really feel supported, not through my model of the world, but through their model of the world.
Oh, nice. Love that.
And so I started asking questions to them. I asked them questions that moms don't want to know. I mean, what parent, I mean, you're a parent, Rich. Do you really want your kid to tell you what you failed at? Because that hurts.
Mm.
You know, when you think that you're their rock and you're everything, especially when you're a single parent, and then you have to find out what you did wrong from your own child, that hurt. And what's great about that is that's how I developed this in-home turnaround. I teach parents now how to parent your kids without blaming and shaming them.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about self-worth, self-esteem in the schools, about school shootings, about school bullying, it really comes back to how does your child internalize what they're hearing from you and the outside world? And what do they do with that information? If you have self-worth and self-esteem, then you're not going to go and pick up a gun and go shoot the school down. You're not going to want to go take your life tomorrow because you're going to know you're good enough and you're better than that. And you're going to be part of the solution without creating another problem.
Absolutely.
And that's where I'm at now, you know, and I am willing and able to be an advocate for this because this is my passion. You can't tell. People are like, you're so passionate. I'm like, yes, I am. Because, you know, it all comes down to one thing. Identity, the bullying, the working with parents, with communication, with the skills. It comes down to one thing. You are enough.
Yeah.
You're enough at 5 years old. You're enough at 15. You're enough in your 30s, your 60s, when you're 80. You're enough. And so everything I do really comes back down to that, is helping people realize that you are enough, just who you are, the way you are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love that. And I love how you've used both your experience and your skill set to help a wide range of people. I remember when I went through my Tony Robbins experience, that, you know, obviously I wish that I'd had some of those skills and experience earlier on in my life. Even though I had a very loving family background, there's all sorts of stuff shows up. And I love the fact that, you know, you're catching kids as young as 5 that need the help, or whether it's teenagers or young adults or beyond. And I think both of us have realised as well, it's never too late. Even if we've got an adult listening to this, thinking that maybe they're not enough, it's not too late, because, you know, I made huge transformations in my 30s and 40s, and I'm sure I will going into my 50s, 60s and beyond. Is there... as coaches, we love to be able to help everyone if we can, and obviously we can do that through speeches and through books and reach a wider audience that way. But with your one-to-one work, is that, you know, if someone's listening to this thinking, you know, maybe I need to reach out for some help, or maybe I know someone that really needs Veenu's help, is there like a typical sort of person that you would, or family that you would work with? And if so, you know, how would they get in contact with you and find out more about what you do, both with the in-home turnaround and also with the one-to-one coaching?
That's a great question. So I would say my ideal client are the people that are ready to invest, to take it to whatever it is, willing to do whatever it takes to get the results they're looking for. Yeah. That it's not about time in their way. It's not about money in their way. It's about, I am willing at this point to do whatever it takes to get the results. Those are the type of people I work with. Yeah. Yeah. You know, they're committed in time. They're committed to invest in themselves and invest in their children. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that. And it's, you know, I think both of us, you know, our own experiences, the money we invest in ourselves is always the one that gives us the greatest return.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And how would people get in contact with you, Veenu? Because I mean, I know there'll be a flood, but, you know, let's get in the queue. Where's the best way? How's the best way to find out more about you, but and also get in contact with you as well?
So I'm definitely on social media. I'm on Facebook, Veenu Inspires. I have a website, veenuinspires.com. Yeah. I'm on Twitter, Veenu Inspires.
It's consistency.
Right. I make it easy. I make it very easy for people to get with me. I am on Instagram, Be Inspired, Veenu Keller.
Fantastic.
And then I also have my email, which is veenu@veenuinspires.com. Cool. So very consistent. If you Google Veenu, you'll find me.
And one of the things to be aware of as well is Veenu and I are both of the opinion that with coaching, the only way that people can really know if they want coaching is to actually have experience of coaching. So if you are, you know, that sort of person that Veenu has described, or, you know, you are part of a family that, you know, is that level of commitment, then both myself and Veenu do a number of sessions each month where we invest our time into people to see whether there's a good coaching fit. Yeah. So I would always encourage you, if you think, is that me? Could I get help this way? Then reach out to Veenu and just see what her availability is. And I really encourage you to do that. So one more time, the website was probably the main thing, because I'm majorly jealous of how good your website is veenuinspires.com. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time today. As I said, everyone watching this show can see the passion that you have for your subject, and it is interesting, isn't it, that often what we've gone through inspires us to then pass the gift on in whatever form that may be to other people. And I just love the way that you show up in the world and how you help people. So veenuinspires.com, find out more about Veenu. I'm Rich Waterman. I'm all about discovering, developing, and delivering your greatness. You can find out more about me at richwaterman.com. And I'll say once more, a very, very, very big thank you to my amazing friend, Veenu Keller. Thank you, Veenu.
Thank you, Rich.
I will speak to you soon, my friend.
Absolutely.
Take care.